In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to use n8n to build a team of AI agents that create high quality, well-researched social media posts for you on a daily basis, completely on autopilot. If you don't know who I am, I'm Folu. I run WorkReady AI and I've scaled my agency to over 100k per month, helping over 50 real estate companies automate the majority of their workflows. LinkedIn has been a massive lead source for our company, so automating the process of creating content for it has been a massive time saver. By the end of this video, you should know exactly how to build this and implement it for yourself so you can start creating consistent, high quality LinkedIn posts for your own company. Okay, so to show you exactly how this works, let's trigger this n8n workflow. So at the very start, we have a form field. So when we click execute this flow, it's going to pop up a form and essentially grab all the details off us that we want for this post. So for me, I'm going to say AI in tenant screening as a title. I'm going to choose the platform as LinkedIn, and then the tone, we're going to choose conversational, and I'm going to submit that form. After we submit that, you can see it straight away gets to generating some topics for this post. And when it generates these topics, you can see it sends an email over to me and it's waiting for approval. So if I jump over to my email now and we refresh this, you can see I have a content approval request from n8n and I have 4 different topics. So I can choose from which of these topics I think would suit best for our post. So I'm going to come in here and click respond. And I'm going to choose, can AI make tenant screening fair? Let's talk. So that's going to be the title for our LinkedIn post. So I'm going to submit that. And after we submit that, then the flow continues. And now it's going into the research phase. So it's going to research that topic that we've just created or that we've just approved. And after it researches that, it's going to come down here and Claude is going to write the post. So this one over here is going to do all of the research by using Claude and Perplexity to join them together to create all of the research that we need for this post. So you can see the research agent just finished up. It sent all the information over here to the agent that's going to create the post. And now after this agent creates a post, it sends an email over to me again, as you can see. So if we jump back over to my email, I'll go out of this one, I refresh this again, we have a new email, which is a post approval. Post approval needed for this post. Gives us all of this information on the post, which looks good. And if I just approve this here, I click approve, then it's going to approve that post. And over here on LinkedIn, you can see it then continues on. It's now generating an image for that post. And after it generates the image, it's going to post it over here on LinkedIn. The image has been generated. It's now posting it to LinkedIn. Post has been successful. So if I jump over to my LinkedIn now, we can see there's nothing there. But if we refresh this, so after I refresh that and I scroll down, you can see we have a brand new post talking about AI in tenant screening. So the full post, a little image to make the post a little more suitable. But that's exactly how we do this, and we're going to build that full thing in this video. Okay, so let's get into exactly how to build this. So as you can see over here, the first node we need, the trigger node, is going to be on form submission. And to get that, we're going to come over here, we're going to look up form, and we're going to choose this n8n form. Now in this n8n node, or in this form submission, you can see we have a test URL and a production URL. For whenever we're building this and we're just doing quick tests, then we are going to use this URL. But whenever we want to make this live and we're happy with this, then we can just come out here, select this as active, and then we can always use this production URL over here. We can always use this production URL without having to come back into n8n to always execute the workflow. So if I just come out here now with this production URL, you can see it will take me directly to this form. You can see it takes me directly to the form with all of the details. Now, whenever I need to upload content, I can just come to this URL, type in all of the details here and click submit. I don't have to do anything in n8n. But because we are building this now and we're just testing it, we are going to select this as not active, and we're going to use the test URL in which we can use without having this active. Now in here, we're also going to name this, give this the name content title, and we're going to give it 3 fields. The first field is going to be the topic. So what's the topic of the content that we are writing about? And we're going to make that a text field, and we don't need any placeholder. So this is essentially going to be what the AI is going to do the research on. The second one we're going to do is platform, and we're going to make that a drop down, and we're going to put in LinkedIn, X, and Instagram. Now, obviously in this one, we're just going to use it for LinkedIn, but if you wanted more platforms, or if you wanted your AI agent to post it to every platform, then you could also add another section down here and maybe just call it, we could just call this one all. And then that would basically let our AI know to post it to all platforms. Now, the rest of this is going to be the same. We're also going to add one more field down here called tone, and we're going to make this a drop down, and we're going to give it 4 different options. Obviously, you can add as many as you want, but for us, we're going to use professional, conversational, storytelling, and opinionated. After this is done, then you can quickly submit a test form in which, if we trigger this now, I can put in, let's say, topic as dogs, platform, LinkedIn, tone, storytelling, submit. If I submit that now and we come back into this form, you can see we have all of that information over here. So we have topic as dogs, platform, LinkedIn, etc. So we have these variables to use later on. Now, the next module we need is an AI agent. So again, over here, we're going to look up AI agent. We're going to select that, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to configure this. Now, in AI agents, there's 2 different prompts that we want to give it. Firstly, we have the user prompt, which is just a user message. And secondly, we have a system message. Now, a system message is essentially telling this AI every single time you get a new user message, follow this structure. So you can see in here, we have a structure or a prompt, and we basically tell it every single time, follow this. So always follow these rules, always do this, etc. So it's always going to follow these rules. It's always going to follow these instructions, no matter whatever the user inputs. So you can see over here in the prompt, we say, you are an AI content agent responsible for generating 4 engaging social media post titles based on the given topic, platform, and tone. We say in the instructions, we also say, analyze the inputs, generate exactly 4 engaging post titles. We also say adapt the style to match the selected platform, and keep each title short, scroll stopping, and platform appropriate. Then over here we say the output format, we wanted to output it like this, as JSON with title 1, title 2, title 3, and title 4. And then we say do not include any other text notes or formatting outside the JSON. And then in here we give it access to the actual variable. So you can see here we got the variable topic. So I can get rid of this now. And when we want to give it access to the topic, we're going to come over here to the previous node, which is the form submission, and we're going to drag down the topic and just put it here. Do the same for the rest of them. So for tone, we're going to drag it down, and for platform, we will also drag that down. So now it has access to the type of content that we want to create. And that's all we need for this prompt. So it's just going to go create the titles for us, and it's ready to go. So we're going to get 4 titles as an output. And also here in the prompt as the user message, I just added in all of the form details as well. After that is done, we need to add a brain and also a tool. So for the brain, we're going to come in here to the AI agent. As you can see down here as the chat model, we're going to use OpenAI GPT-5 Mini. And over here, we give it access to a tool. And that tool is going to be Perplexity. So if we again come into the AI agent and we come down here to where it says tools, you can see we give it access to this tool, which is my Perplexity account. We keep all of this essentially the same. So tool description set automatically, message or model. The model we're using is Sonar, which is kind of the quickest one. But if you want to use maybe more deep research, then you can use Sonar Deep Research or Sonar Pro. Over here, we set the text of the messages to be AI. So you can see here, we can either put in an expression like this, which is basically us telling it what to do, or we can click this button over here where the AI agent will decide what to do. And it's the same down here for the simplify output. We can tell it what to do, or we can just let the AI agent decide. And I'm just going to let the AI agent decide. So now it has access to Perplexity, which is going to do all of the deep research. And it has access to OpenAI, which is going to generate the titles out of that deep research. Now, the next mode we're going to use is a parse JSON. And this is basically just an edit field. So if we come up here and we search up edit fields, we're going to select that one. And in here is where we're just going to put the output from OpenAI. So you can see here, we just have the name as output. We change this from string to object. So this is object, and then we just use the output from the previous node. So if we execute this previous node, you can see it's now outputting that AI agent in which it's going to use OpenAI and Perplexity, and then we'll be able to use that over here so we can get all of the details that we need. So you can see OpenAI outputs this as basically just one block of text, and when we put it in here as the JSON output and tell it to basically output as an object, then you can see we have each title separately here. Now the reason we need each title separately is because when we're using this next node, which is an awaiting approval, we're going to need to use each of these titles separately. So I'm going to come in here, and the next node again is a human in the loop. So if you come down here, you can see human in the loop, and I'm going to select Gmail. When we select Gmail, then we're going to come into this node, and we're going to say resource as message, send and wait a response, and we're going to send the messages over to my email account, and the subject is going to be content title approval request. So this is just asking us to approve one of these titles, and in the message we're going to say here are the topics, and we have topic 1, topic 2, topic 3 and topic 4. We get all of these topics from OpenAI. So you can see here from the parse JSON, we parse the OpenAI output, and then we have topic 1, topic 2, topic 3 and topic 4, in which we just put them into here. Now, in order to be able to select them, because this is essentially just going to be the email body, as you've seen previously, we were able to click in and choose which one of these to pick. In order to make this a form so we can select which one to use, we come down here and we select the response type as custom form, and we define the form using the fields below, not using JSON, using the fields below. We call this field name choose topic, and we make it a drop down, and in the drop down we essentially just put all of the form titles. So we create 4 options in the drop down, and we put in each form title. That's going to send us over all of the forms. So if I execute this right now and we refresh this, you can see it sends us over an email, which you can see in the body it gives us all of the title names. But if we click in here to respond, then we get to choose one of these titles. So I'm going to say what my rescue dog taught about me. So if I select that and press submit, then this module was successful and it outputted the title in which we're using. So you can see here the data, the chose topic is what my rescue dog taught me about leadership. So it outputs the title that we pick, and with that title we're then going to put it into here, which is the research agent. That's going to research the topic that we've selected. In this research agent is going to be very similar to this one over here. So you can essentially just copy all of this by pressing Control copy and pasting it over here, except this time instead of OpenAI we're going to use Anthropic. So this is better at writing posts and doing a bit of research as well. So we're going to use Anthropic and the same Perplexity module as this one over here, except up here we're also going to change the prompt. So in the prompt user message we say the post topic is, again, we're getting it from the form, so we use the topic. The post tone is again from the form. Platform, we get that from the form. And then the post title in which we selected is the one that we are going to get from the await approval step. So whatever the approved topic is, we're going to put that in here as the post title. So now this prompt knows exactly all the information about the content that we want to upload. Now in the system message down here, we're going to put in the prompt on how to actually get all of this information, also how to do the research. So you can see here we say you are an AI research agent responsible for producing a clear, factual and well-structured research report on a specific topic and title. Your goal is to gather and synthesize reliable, up-to-date information from 23-25 from trusted sources to give a comprehensive overview of the subject. You are not writing marketing copy or final content, only the background research. Then we give it some context and instructions, and we kind of tell it just how to do the research and what type of research we're looking for. And then we say, output some key takeaways as well. And then down here for some extra stuff, we say keep the tone neutral, use plain language. If referencing data or studies, include the year and source. And then we say output everything as a single text block, no markdown or JSON. So that basically gives our prompt the idea and instructions on how it should do the research and what we expect as an output. Now when this prompt is finished, you can see we bring it down here to the write a post node. And this is very simple. In this node, we're just going to use, again, a normal AI agent, except this time we are just going to use a chat model as Anthropic, which is, if we click in here, you can see we use Anthropic and we're using Claude for Sonnet, the same as this one up here. And in this one, we're given a prompt, which is, we're going to say, here is the research summary, and we're going to get that from the previous AI module, which is doing all of the research. And we're going to put that down into here and give it access to all of the research. We also, again, give it access to all of the previous stuff, like the topic, which we get from the form, the chosen title, which we will get here from the await title approval. We'll use that again, and then the platform and the tone, in which we get from over here the form submission once again. Now in this one, we give it another system message, and we are telling it basically over here how we want it to write the actual content. So you can see up here we say, you are an AI content writer responsible for creating high quality, engaging social media posts based on the research provided. You will receive a detailed research report that summarizes key insights, facts, and examples about a specific topic and title. Your task is to transform that research into clear, scroll-stopping post suited for the specified platform and tone. Context: the previous agent has already completed thorough research. Your role is to interpret that material, not to repeat it, but to write a compelling human-like content that resonates with the audience on the chosen platform. Always write a natural, authentic language suitable for business professionals and creators. Then again, we give it these instructions, which is basically just telling it how we expect it to write it. Like you can see here, concise paragraphs, analyze the research, use it to craft a single polished post for the specified platform, adjust your language. We also say respect the chosen tone. We say include a strong opening hook, which again is extremely important, especially for LinkedIn. We say keep it concise and do not reference being an AI or mention that you are generating content. Output should be plain text, no JSON, no markdown formatting. And that's going to output the full LinkedIn post. We're going to use another human in the loop node. So again, over here, select human in the loop. And in this one, instead of putting in all of the titles that we can choose from, we're just going to put in the actual post. So we're going to use this previous module, which is the AI that's going to write the post. And we are going to say in the message here, post approval needed for this post. And we just put in the AI output. Also, we change this subject here from title approval needed to post approval needed. And then it's going to send us over all of this information about the post like you've seen before. Now, in here, in the response type, we can keep it just as approval. So whenever the person goes in, views the post, as you can see over here in the previous one, if we take another look, you can see we have the post here. If we like it, we can approve it and it will just continue on with the workflow. If we don't like it, then we can just leave it blank and not post it at all. After that post gets approved, it's going to continue on and we're going to put in a generate an image node. So if we come over here and we search up OpenAI, if we go into OpenAI, we're going to select this one down here, which is generate an image. And in this image, we're just going to give it a very basic, simple prompt, which basically says create a clean, minimalist concept image that visually represents the idea in this post without using any text or numbers. The reason we don't want AI to use any text is because a lot of the time when it tries to put text into images, it messes up and it makes it look very clearly AI made. So we tell it not to output it as text or not to output text in the image. Then we give it the post content, which again just comes from the write a post module or the AI node that is creating the post. And then we also give it all of this context from the form in which the user filled out. And then we give some guidelines over here. Absolutely no words. Use simple composition. Focus on conveying a clear visual metaphor or concept that can be understood instantly. And then we give it some extra instructions down here. And when we finish that, so if we can execute this step, firstly, let's approve this post. So if we can test this step by executing it, it should send me an email with the post that was created by the AI. So you can see here the post is being created by the AI, sends it over to my email, and that's why this is in purple. It's waiting for me to approve it. So if I come over to my email now, you can see we have the post approval. So you can see here we have the post, and if I come down here and press approve, and we come back over here to LinkedIn, you can see it has approved and it's gone through to the next stage. Now, when we execute this step, we can see exactly what it looks like when it creates an image for that post. So after the post was approved, all of the information is going to come through here to the prompt. So after this AI has finished, it outputs an image in which we can view over here, and you can see this is the image it creates for the dog. So you can see here it creates the image for the dog. Obviously it outputs some text in the image, in which we can improve this prompt a little bit more to make sure it doesn't output any text, or even we could choose to use Gemini's new Nano Banana, which would be a lot better for this instance. But for here, to keep it simple, I just used OpenAI. Now, after that post has been created, then we're going to use a LinkedIn node, in which you can get by just coming over here, searching up LinkedIn, selecting LinkedIn over here, and select create a post. And then in here, to connect your LinkedIn, it's very simple. Just come up here, select create a new credential. And when you're creating a credential and you want to post it to your actual personal account and not to a business account, then you can come down here and deselect organization support. The reason we do this is because if you don't, then you're going to get an error when you're trying to post. So if you're posting it to your personal account, then deselect organization support, then press connect my account, and then it will just ask you to sign into your LinkedIn, and then you will be all connected up. And then in here, we're going to say again, post. The resource is post. The operation is going to be to create a post. We're going to select your personal account. There should be only one here. And then for the text of that post, we're going to come up here and we're going to choose the model, which is write a post. And we can come down here to the AI agent that created the post and just put that in here for the text. Then down here for the media category, we're going to select image. And in here for the input data field, you can see over here in the generated image post, the file name is data. So we are just going to put in data over here. And when we execute this step, then it's going to post that LinkedIn content for us. And then you are basically completely finished. So every time you want to create a LinkedIn post, you can just make this active, copy this URL and keep it for wherever you want it, so you don't have to keep coming back to n8n. So I would just copy this. Every time I wanted a new post, I would just come over to the URL, I would put in a topic, select the platform, LinkedIn, whichever one you need, and then I would select the tone that I want. I would click submit and I wouldn't have to do anything. I would just wait for the emails to come in, like the title and the post approval, and then I would see a new post on my LinkedIn, making it extremely easy to post daily content for LinkedIn. Now, if you like that video, make sure to leave a like below. It helps me out a lot. And also leave a comment on what you want to see in the following videos. If you want to start your own AI agency and scale it like we've done to over 100k per month, then click the first link in the description, where you will have a chance to join my AI automation community.